Hey folks, welcome back to Jerome Bee Farm and Homestead. It is Thursday, June 9th, 2022. And what we got going on here today is we're gonna do some combining. So over here on the far right-hand side, I've got 4 nukes, and the nuke on the far right, I don't see any activity on the front, and there's I see some ants on it. So that particular hive had a low population. I put a queen in there. I found that the nuke on the far left, I think, was balling a queen and killing it. So I got that queen, saved her, put it in that far hive. So I think that hive has failed. I also have a nuke, hive number 6 over here. That was a drone layer, and I'm going to check on it. I'm pretty sure it's no good. So I'm going to take those hives and I'm going to combine them onto this hive 20, the one here on the left. So that's the one that I took down from a double deep and 2 supers down to a single deep. So that hive swarmed and all the population was gone. So I reduced it way down. You can see now there's the whole front of it's covered up. So I think it's good. I left a virgin queen in there, so I need to check it and see if there's a viable queen in there. So if there is, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to combine these 2 nukes on top of that and make this a double deep. So with that said, let's get going. Okay, here's our hive 20. Looks pretty good out front. So it's humid and no wind today. You can see a lot of the bees. We got a lot of bearding going on. Not bad, but we had another 5 inches of rain. So we've got 10 inches of rain the last 3 weeks. Got 5 inches yesterday. And it was a hard rain. And you can see all the grass, how it's washed. The water was just flowing here. It was a deluge. So I got the brick on here to notify me, to come back, check on this. It's queenless. I also have notes on it. So I didn't leave them any more swarm cells, but I did find 1 virgin queen, and she was left behind in here. So hopefully she's mated. And by combining this all down, reducing it to 1 deep, we've got plenty of bees in here. So with that rain, my smoker fuel is wet. So my smoker's not smoking very good. There we go. This hive has some potential of being real grumpy. It's later in the evening, and with all this rain, I don't see a lot of bees flying in and out of the hives, so we may be in a little bit of a dearth here, and they may be queenless too. And I still got my cheap gloves on with a big hole in the thumb. I tried to order gloves from Guardian, and they were out, so I ordered some from Man Lake, and they acted like they were shipping them, and then they didn't show up, so I emailed them and they're on back order. Yeah, this we need another box on here. It's too crowded. I probably overdid it when I reduced them all the way down. Or I could put a super on it if I had any left. I'm all out of supers. So there was very little nectar in this hive to begin with, and they're filling that up, so they've been doing some good foraging anyways. Clean this propolis up here. So hopefully we find us a laying queen in here, and if so, we can go ahead and combine them. If not, we might want to consider combining a nuke that's got a good laying queen in it, just to make this a good solid full hive, queen right, instead of starting a new nuke. So that's all nectar. They filled that up. Same here. This is nectar and pollen. Same on this side. And this looks like it could be a laying frame because there's nothing in this spot right here. But I don't see bees covering it. There's shiny cells. I'm gonna go get my light. Let me look at this other side. I don't see any larvae here either. No eggs. I thought I might have saw some here, but I'm pretty sure there's not. So this frame here should be laid on by a queen. They've got it all ready. It's an old queen cell right there. There's one down here. This may, and there's one there. These may have already been emerged by the time I reduced it down. There were several queen cells in this hive that emerged. Here's one here that's emerged. No signs of a laying queen. Still no signs. It's an old queen cup right there. In fact, that one's not even opened. It's beyond time that they should have emerged, so that's not a viable cell. Well, it's looking like our queen has not returned from her mating flight, so we're queenless here. Check these last few frames real quick. So I'm not going to do that combined like I said I was. I'm going to find a brood frame and put in here before they go laying worker on me, and so they can pull down a supersedure or an emergency queen. Ouch! Ah! Got me on the thumb right on that hole. Get that stinger out of there. Woo, that's smarted. This is all nectar here. So this next one will be as well. I'm not even going to look at it. Okay, yeah, so this hive is queenless, and to make it queen right, we can put a queen in here. We can put a frame in here from a nuke that's already populated and has queens and brood and all, a queen and brood and all that, and take a few frames out, which basically is just expanding a nuke but putting in here. So there's a lot of bee population here. That's a good resource. We don't want to just let this dwindle down and die. So this will be a good hive going into the fall if we can just get it queen right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and find a frame of brood that has some fresh eggs, and I'm going to put it right in here in the middle, and they will pull down an emergency queen cell. If they feel they are actually queenless, they will do that. So, and they'll make a queen from that. So they'll probably pull down multiple cells off of one frame. So I'm going to go find me a brood frame over here real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, I went a few hives down there, and looks like it was 26 I grabbed this from, and this part of this frame right here is all eggs and very young larvae. So I'm confident that this is what they need, and we'll get this in there. So that's going to be frame number 5. They should cover that up pretty quick and start pulling some emergency queen cells. Boy, there's a lot of bees in here. I'm gonna clean this inner cover off. Man, there's a lot of bees in this hive. I hate to go ahead and put it that deep on top with putting that frame down in there. I want to keep a good concentration of bees for right now. Once they start pulling it out, then we can look at combining it if we want to do that. I'd like for it to be queen right before I make this any bigger. Yeah, so that didn't pan out, but we had a good backup plan. So that's always a good thing to do. If you have a queenless hive, you can find you a brood frame, make sure there's eggs on there, and put it in there. So the youngest eggs, the better for making an emergency queen. So, and I didn't notch that frame down like I usually do on those, where I'll notch where the eggs are. That's because that's some old comb and it had a lot of cocoons in it. It's going to be really hard. So I just left it alone. I'll let the bees pick the ones they want and pull them down. So we'll make a note here on frame number 5 is where we put our donor frame to get them queen right. So that's it for this video, and pretty short one, I suppose, for a change. So give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. We're approaching 10,000, so we'll catch you on the next beekeeping video. Y'all take care.